Okay. Hello, fellow runners. Welcome to the iDaph Events podcast. I'm Stephanie Buss, and I'm here with Daphne Kirkwood.
Hey there.
And today, we are getting ready for 2021 by discussing our New Year's resolution run in downtown Asheville, coming up here on January 1st. I'm really looking forward to saying goodbye to 2020, Daphne. I don't know about
Yes.
you. Yeah, but what a pivotal and milestone day this will be for our running community. And this is iDaph's seventh annual resolution run. Am I right, Daphne?
Yeah, it's lucky number 7. It's the big one. And, it will be the first downtown Asheville race that's being permitted since March when COVID hit. The city has been great. They know that it is really important for our community to do active, healthy activities such as this annual traditional event. And as long as folks mind the COVID rules, and they've been doing a great job at our other events, it will be an amazing first day of the new year. I'm really looking forward to it. We know that folks have really been itching to race and pin a race number on and just do normal stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, while things are going to look different because of the pandemic, we'll still be able to bring the fun. And our participants, as long as they bring fun, good energy, and good attitudes, they'll be able to run their first miles of the year, and it'll just be a great day and a great way to start the new year together.
Absolutely. So we typically have a charity or nonprofit partner for each of our events. So who will it be for this one?
Yeah, Western Carolina Rescue Ministries has been our nonprofit and charity partner for the past several years.
Mhm.
We just love working with them, and I'm a big fan of all that they do for the homeless population in Asheville, and so they will be a part of the a race again this year, and people can donate money to them when they register online. And iDream Athletes Foundation will also be our nonprofit, and that helps with supporting training in our community when we can do group training for swimming, biking, and running. And so we're looking forward to hopefully being able to do some stuff with iDream later in 2021, hopefully after a vaccine for the pandemic. So looking forward to that.
Got my fingers crossed for that. And we've been doing a shoe drive each year for the rescue ministry to help with providing comfortable shoes for the homeless population. Our goal is to have 100 gently used shoes donated at the race this year.
Yeah, we reached that goal last year, and I feel like we can totally meet or exceed that goal this year. And the homeless shelter, the ministry, they can really use all types of shoes, but they've asked us to collect comfortable running style shoes in all different sizes because they do serve moms with little kids, they serve teenagers and adults. So start pulling out your old, gently used running shoes and have them ready to bring to the race to donate.
Yeah, very cool. So this year we will have a 5K, a 10K, and a challenge distance. And because of the pandemic, each distance is capped with 150 runners, and spots are filling up pretty quickly. Let's talk about what people can expect on race day at the resolution run, and especially since it's different than in years past.
Yeah, well, to start, we actually have half the numbers. So last year, I believe we had close to 700 runners, and this year we're going to cap it about 350. And so we have seen a huge spike in registration. So if you are wanting to get in, just want to emphasize, going ahead and signing up for it. Um, so new this year for 2021, our runners have been asking us for finisher medals on our survey pretty much every year. And we are adding them this year for all the finishers. So that will be
Yay.
really awesome. 2021, it's going to be historic. We're coming out of the pandemic,
Mm.
and these medals are going to really commemorate the resilience that our community runners have to get through the pandemic, stay active and healthy, and continue to work on their goals. So, looking forward to people having those around their necks, and just as a symbol of the first thing that they do in 2021 with us. We also have a golden color short sleeve resolution run shirt that's super cool this year. Have you seen it, Stephanie?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And there's a long sleeve option too if you want to upgrade your shirt to a long sleeve. We have some Run Local beanies. They're really neat too. And then we're also launching in 2021 our Run Wild, Run Free, Run Local shirt. Really, it's just such an honor and a gift for us to be able to run through the beautiful mountains here in Western North Carolina and the forests. And when we get to run and we have the freedom to run, we get to express who we are and our love for the outdoors. So, Allison on our team designed this shirt, and we look forward to running wild, running free, and running local together in 2021. And so, those shirts are for sale, online registration as well. So, excited about those. They're really cool.
Oh, they're so cool. I love the Run Wild shirts. I can't wait to get one. I also saw there's some tank tops for sale, but Daphne, do you think it's going to be warm enough on New Year's Day for tank tops?
Well, Stephanie, they're just so cool.
Yeah.
And really, you can wear tank tops on those warmer days in the winter, but they're stylish and they fit really nice. And we have some from this summer and fall. And so we thought, why not? We'll just add them to registration if people want to check those out too.
Nice.
Yeah. So with parking, folks get to park pretty much anywhere downtown. The race ends and starts in Pack Square in downtown Asheville. And so there's parking spaces that are on the street. And on the holiday, they're free parking. And then there's also parking decks that are nearby. So there's plenty of parking on race day.
That sounds convenient. And it's not like there's going to be a lot of traffic that day since it is a holiday. So after you're parked, then what's next?
Yeah. So when you register, you should have selected your start time online. The 10K race starts first and has a start window from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And the 5K has a start window of 10:30 to 11 a.m. So depending on the time that you selected, you will show up about 20 to 30 minutes before your start time, and you will pick up your race number and your swag, and then you can pin on your bib and walk over to the start area to start your race.
Right. So there's no packet pickup before race day for this event. And packet pickup is the day of the event, which is convenient. And so, like you said, about 30 minutes before your race start time.
Yeah, so as of right now, which is the beginning of December, we do not have plans for a packet pickup prior to the race. However, if that changes, we will post about it on our newsletter, social media, and the website. But Stephanie, new this year, which a lot of folks have been opting into this, is that we are offering swag to be mailed to folks when they register online. So if you want to have your stuff before the race and just have it all set in your car and ready to go, they can opt for this, and we will mail them their shirt and their race number before the race. So showing up is just easy peasy.
Okay, so you get your race bib and swag. Make sure your bib is pinned and on the outside of your shirt or pants so it can easily be seen, especially because it may be cold when you run. So it's really important that your number is not bent or crinkled up or hidden. It needs to be on the front and visible the entire run. So where's the start? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the start will be on the sidewalk. It will be marked with a feather banner, but the whole Pack Square Park area is really the hub and the heart of this race. So you just look for the signs for the start, and then the finish. We'll have the big finish truss with the finish banner across. So you'll be able to see, and they're in two separate locations.
Sounds good. And what is the course like?
The course is all paved surface. It's mostly road and sidewalk. And we're asking runners to use the sidewalks this year because it's not a mass start race. And runners are going to be starting for an extended period of time instead of all together at once. We're asking folks to stay on those sidewalks when they're available and also run facing traffic if there aren't sidewalks. And that will just keep everybody safe. And it's it's actually a really beautiful course, Stephanie. We got to run it together. Do you
Yeah.
remember that
Oh,
day?
of course. Yeah, I love that course. Yeah.
Yeah, the 10K goes through up through the Grove Park area by the country club and the golf course, off Kimberly Avenue, the historic North Asheville area. And the 5K goes in that same direction. It just doesn't quite go up to the country club. The courses, they do run together until about a mile and a half in. And so the 10K will start first. So you guys should be separated by the time you get to that split point anyway. But just so you know, a mile and a half in at Edwin, Evelyn, and Kimberly Avenue, the 5K course is going to take a left and go on Evelyn. They won't go up Kimberly Avenue. And if you do, well, you'll be running about 2 times the distance you signed up for. Um, so the 10K, it will come back to this same intersection a little over 4.5 miles into the run. And so you will see that again, and you'll join back in on the rest of the 5K course for the last mile and a half of the run.
Daphne, you're not talking about the stinker hill at all. Don't think I didn't notice.
Well, Steph, you know how we live in the mountains, and each race really needs to have a little bit of a challenge with a little stinker hill.
Mhm. I remember.
Found one, didn't we?
Yeah, it's just a little hill. It's on Griffing and just keeps going on up, but it's short and just a little steep, but it's totally doable.
Yeah, it will be over before you know it. And then you'll feel really accomplished afterwards, like you really achieved a solid 10K race.
Yes.
The route is stroller friendly and dogs are allowed. But again, just, think about that a little bit because you will be on sidewalks. It's just going to be a little bit different. So this might be one that you don't want to bring the stroller and the dog. But, they are allowed. It's just going to be different.
Right. What time's the course closed?
The course closes at noon.
Okay. So everyone has to be done racing by 12 p.m.
Yes, correct.
Okay. There's been so many changes lately. So do people have to wear masks while running?
As of right now, beginning of December, no, they do not have to wear masks while they're outdoors running, only when they're indoors. And as long as folks can stay 6 feet apart outdoors while they're running, they don't have to have a mask on. But when they're not running, before, after the race, when you're picking up your swag, when you're picking up your race number, after you cross that finish line, you do need to put a mask or a face covering on. So, we suggest you keep one in your pocket or wear a buff around your neck and pull it up. We do have those as well for sale that we'll have at the event if you forget yours. But buffs are awesome. They also keep your neck warm. So they're such a handy thing.
They definitely are. I actually wear them year round, but so are you saying it's going to be a little chilly and that we need a buff?
Stephanie, I can't control the weather. That is the one thing that I just have
Yeah.
not figured out yet. So it's January and I have no idea what the weather will be that day, but chances are we're in the mountains. We have all 4 seasons here. It
Mhm.
will probably be chilly unless it's just a very fluke day. But yes, the back to the COVID rules, everyone needs to stay 6 feet away. It's still very much in effect. And I'm sure by January, it's still going to be the rules. So when you're using restrooms, the porta johns, hanging out, actually, there really is no hanging out. But when you're standing around, please have your mask on. We also do have a more relaxed transfer and deferral option now for race entries. So if someone's feeling sick or has been around someone with COVID within the past 14 days of the event, we want them to stay home and defer their entry to next year. So check out those rules that we have for this event. The city of Asheville has some rules about that, and those are on our website. There's a link to the COVID protocol and rules.
Sounds good. Let's talk about the course markings and signs. So I know you and I love to run with music, and headphones are allowed at this event, but we want to encourage everyone to keep the volume low so you can hear traffic and pay attention to volunteers who will be helping to direct that day.
Yeah, I think there is a time and a place to have loud music, and usually on race day, it's not the best policy to do that.
Mm.
You want to, people are going to be starting at all different times. So there might be somebody who passes you and says on your left. And so you just really want to be mindful about your environment and surroundings and just know what's happening. And so, yeah, keep that volume low. You can wear your headphones, but, keep it low so that you can hear things.
Right.
And also what we've noticed over the past few months since we've been doing these socially distanced races with the wave starts is that, you're really not able to follow the person in front of you because people are just starting as soon as they get to the start line. It's a rolling start. So there's no group that's standing at a start line going together. And so you really have to pay attention to the signage, to the volunteers. If, we'll have very few volunteers on the course, but definitely the signage. There's also a course preview video that we have done on YouTube. There's a GPS link on the website. You can drive the course ahead of time. You can run the course ahead of time so that the route. And I always use route arrow stickers on the ground. And they're usually bright fluorescent stickers. So those will be down. We use spray chalk and yard signs. So we will have those directional things for you. But definitely, know the course, know the route, and don't plan on just trying to follow somebody along the course.
Right. Sounds like you have it covered. Will there be any water stations on the course?
In order to keep the event as contactless as possible, and that's what we're trying to do, is limit all interactions and contact with participants, volunteers, and everybody in the community. We will not have water stations on the course this year. So bring your own refreshments and hydration when you're running. I know Fleet Feet has some items there that you can pick up and run with and use that work really well.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the challenge. So that's new this year. What is the challenge about?
Yeah, so in the past, the event has been a 5K and a 10-mile race. And we are doing a 5K and 10K, but I wanted the endurance runners to really still have an opportunity to challenge themselves. And so they can do the 10K and then they can do the 5K. And so that would equal a 15K, which is 9.3 miles. So what they would do is sign up for one of the first wave starts for the 10K. They would go do their 10K. They would finish as normal. And then they would come back to the start and do the 5K course and then finish the 5K. So that's the format for this event. So the 10K and 5K have, some similarities with the first mile and a half and about the last mile and a half. But there's also some differences with the 10K. So you get a little bit of variety there. But yeah, it's going to be great. They also get a special swag item too if you sign up for the challenge. And so yeah, it's a great opportunity for people that are really wanting to get in some distance
Yeah,
on the first day of the year.
right. Good way to kick off the year. Are there any places for spectators to come and cheer?
Yeah, I mean, I would say for all of our events, and right now, spectators have really been staying home primarily. We have had spectator zones on some of our courses where people can, put masks on and cheer people on. Really, we're in city limit, so you could pretty much go anywhere out on the course and cheer people on that you want to. Also Impact Square. If you are going to come and cheer for your family and friends, the rules apply to you too, as far as wearing a face mask and being 6 feet apart. So, yeah, I would say there's an opportunity, but if you don't have to come, don't come.
Sorry about the door slamming and the dog barking in the background, but that's how it is when you're working from home. Um, so,
I didn't hear it.
good. So, what are the rules here for this race?
Yeah, so the COVID rules are posted on our website. And as I mentioned before, the city does have some rules as far as if you've been around COVID or had COVID, that they want, people to not come to the race essentially. And you can switch to the virtual option or defer your entry. But also, people I've noticed are so grateful to be able to have an opportunity to race, even though the format is a little bit different. And so, we just want everybody to display a courteous, professional attitude and behavior, and just be positive and be ready to have fun. It's going to be fun. So, no rollerblades are allowed. This
Oh,
one, I know. No scooters, no rollerblades. While we expect little traffic on the roads, because it is New Year's, it's a holiday, and there's typically not a ton of traffic out there. You're not going to be able to run in the middle of the road. You're going to need to stay on the sidewalks. If there's not sidewalks, you'll want to run facing traffic. And be courteous to the other foot traffic on the course. There's going to be other people out there running. So, give them an air high five and a big smile and a thumbs up. I mean, you guys are all in this together, and it's awesome when you're out there running and you see other people doing it too.
can people run barefoot?
Yes, actually, we do have at least one barefoot runner who will probably,
Barefoot Joe.
yes,
Are you
good
listening?
for him.
He'll be there, I'm sure. All right, good to know. So you have an awesome run and you cross the finish line. Now what?
Well, you will pick up your finisher medal. We have contactless medal holding stations. They're at the finish line. And so, you can catch your breath. Your adrenaline, I know, is pumping when you cross that finish line. Sometimes you have to just gather yourself for a minute. So just do that and then remember to get your medal. It's going to be super cool.
Yes. Will there be some hot beverages and food at the race for sale?
Yes, in fact, there will. So bring a card or cash, and the Bears, Baires food truck. They will be there. They're going to have hot drinks as well as yummy breakfast and lunch
Mm,
empanadas.
awesome.
And they were at the Trick or Trail race this fall, and their fries and spinach empanada were absolutely amazing.
Oh, excited about that. Results will be posted online at the website, iDaph.net, and iDaph will have virtual awards ceremony the week after the event, and those details will be emailed to all of our participants. What else do people need to know?
Yeah, I would just remind folks that we, will be posting the results live when people are finishing. And so if you check as soon as you finish, there might be faster people behind you that started after you. So your placement can change. And so that's just something to be aware of. And so we really don't mark the results official until later that evening or the next day, until we make sure everybody's accounted for and everything. And then, yeah, we'll have the virtual awards ceremony, and Fleet Feet will probably have our awards where people can pick those up too. So other things, let's see, the weather again, can't control that. Probably going to be cold. It'll be New Year's in January here in the mountains. So hand warmers, they're always a really good thing. And Fleet Feet Asheville has some gloves that I know Stephanie, you just got some new ones. So those would
Really
be a good
excited.
thing to invest in. Yeah.
So nothing works on my hands ever. And I was
Ah,
really just excited to buy some gloves for running that heat up while you run.
oh,
Took a good 20 minutes and I thought, oh, these gloves are not working at all. But then they kicked in and it was great. Changed my life, Daphne. For
wow. Do you want to say what the
$25.
brand is?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I should have.
Oh, that's
But
okay. You
you
can
go
get
to
them from
Fleet Feet.
Fleet Feet Asheville, right? Tell them
They'll know
Stephanie
what you're
sent
talking about. They look like just those regular black gloves, finger gloves. And yeah, it's $25.
you. Awesome. That's cool. Well, there's also a virtual option that I've mentioned several times. And folks can always switch to the virtual option up until the race start time. after the race start time, they can't switch to virtual. So there is a deadline on that. But folks can come out and they can run the actual race course. Like I said, I mean, there's maps, there's a course preview on YouTube. So you can go and do the actual course and then submit your own time, or you can just run a 5K or 10K on your own time wherever you live, run those distances, and then you can submit your results online to our registration platform. And we do have awards for some of our overall winners for the virtual race too. And, people want to participate in things and want to be safe and aren't able to come in person. So this is a great option too. And they still will get the shirt and the medal and some prizes as well.
Awesome. 2021. Here we come. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think the biggest thing, that I'm looking forward to is just letting go of 2020, releasing it, all of the disappointments, the heartaches, the troubles, and just start the new year together with this community safely, and, bringing a good attitude and positive vibes and spirit about 2021. And I believe and hope that 2021 is going to be much better than 2020. And so looking forward to that.
Yes, I'll be at the start line burning some sage. I hope nobody minds that.
We're in Asheville, so nobody is going to blink an eye with that. All
Yes.
right. I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, and we hope to see you on New Year's Day.
Awesome. See you guys then.